Hey there guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a brand new video. So today, for this video, I want to do something different, something unique, something I've never done before, and that is a photo walking tour. Behind me here is what is known as the Cultural District of downtown Pittsburgh. It's a section of the city that's not so busy, but has a lot of retail shops, restaurants, theaters, and more. And I figured we could take a walk and see what kind of photo opportunities we can find. The way I want to do that is by mounting you guys right here on my chest so we can walk together. I'm going to be taking pictures with nothing more than my smartphone, and along the way I'll be able to share a few tips with you as well in case you want to start taking photos for yourself. So if you think this sounds like fun, well, all you got to do is come along with me. Today is Wednesday, February 9th, 10:16 in the morning. 45 degrees here in Pittsburgh, and coming to you from the corner of 10th Street and Penn Avenue. And as I'm looking around, I do see some opportunities here, one of which is straight ahead, and you can see the high-rises, specifically the steel tower, and I think this would be worthy of a photo. So I'm gonna pull up the camera here, and we're gonna see if we can line them up about so. I'm gonna do a main camera and a wide angle as well, and then whatever one looks better, you guys will be seeing on the screen. Now, the number one tip I could give you: always make sure your lens is clean. If there's any smudges or hairs or water droplets, it's going to severely affect your photos, and you really don't want that. So make sure to have a clean lens. It's a pretty stiff breeze coming towards me, so I do apologize for any wind conditions. But the next tip I could give you is what I follow. It's all about perspective. Perspective is how you allow someone to view something in a different way. And what I like to do is to take an ordinary object and make it seem something different, something special to the viewer. So for example, this tree right here, I could photograph this tree simply like that, and we'll take that picture. No big deal, looks okay. But then we could come here and look up the trunk, and it gives it a whole new perspective. And the one thing that goes along with perspective is composition. So the way you compose your photos is going to kind of tell the story. So if you just stand and take every shot from the same angle, you know, same height, same everything, it's going to look pretty ordinary. But if you compose it in a way that allows you to see from a different angle, a different view, it's going to really make people speak and say, wow, that looks pretty incredible. I never thought of looking at it that way. So composition and perspective is what I like to follow. And there's two types of photos I typically like to take, and that is wide angle, big picture shots like this, and also close-up detail shots. And that's what we're mostly going to be focusing on in this walking photo tour. Now, the next tip I could tell you is that for every good photo I ever share, or most photographers share, they take at least twice as many bad photos. So even though you're seeing the best of the best, there's a lot of times I take lots of photos as like a batch, and I pick the best out of those. Also, the photos I'm taking today will have a light edit done to them to make them pop a little bit more, whether it's a little bit of a color correction, lighting, stuff like that. But for the most part, nothing significant being done other than what I'm going to be doing the phone here with the main camera. Also show you portrait mode, and if I want to do spot color, I'll show you how to do that as well. So right here, hopefully you can see it, we got the nice Cultural District flag. I think that'd be worthy of a spot color. So what I'm going to do is go to Portrait, and you click on it and go to Color Point. And right here, we are going to focus on that. I'm going to tap to focus, and we're going to see how that works. This planter here with this little tree is going to provide me a good opportunity where I could do like a peeking shot, almost like a revealing shot. And I'm going to switch to portrait mode right now. I'm going to go to blur, and what I'm going to do here is kind of line it up like that. So the cars are going to be in focus and the plant is not going to be, and we'll take that shot right there. This shot right here with these artificial vines, I think it looks pretty neat, and we're going to do a color pop on it. So we're going to snap that photo. And now when I go into the photo, I'm going to click on the pencil to edit it. Hit the three dots, go to spot color, and choose the green, and there we go. There's the finished photo. This building right here actually has my name on it. It says Jason Sharp Edge. And it's got the nice light fixtures, the columns, some neat architecture to it. And I'm going to go on wide angle here. I'm going to compose that shot and get my finger out of the way. And there we go. That looks pretty good. We got some people across the street. I don't like to get in people's business, but sometimes a candid photo does work. They don't really know what I'm taking a picture of, so I'm just going to snap it close up. And that makes for a good photo, kind of like a little, you know, non-action scene, but people are there in the moment. All right, so right here we do have some scaffolding, and this will make for a pretty cool visual. I'm going to go on wide angle here, and what it is the lines that we're looking at. So the lines kind of just flow in the same direction, like it's leading your eyes towards the center. So something like that looks pretty cool. Another way we could do it, which we will come over here close to it, I'm going to go on the main camera. So another way we could do is we're going to go on the main camera here and come close to the bar. I'm going to tap the focus down there, right there. And if I want to do something even different, I could tap and put this in focus right here. I'm going to adjust the exposure, and there we go. So there's two different options for the same area here, the same scenery. It's all depending on what you want to show, how you want it to look. All right, so right now I'm going to utilize this trash can here with the lines in it. I'm going to stick the camera inside, have it peeking out almost like you're behind barred windows or, you know, something of the sorts. So we're going to get down in here, and let's see. I'm going to tap the focus out there, adjust the exposure, and there we go. Looking down at the base of this tree here, put you guys down, has a foundry stamp, and that would make for a pretty neat close-up photo. So let me get down here. I'm going to kind of get it, tap the focus right there, do another one like this. Caught the UPS guy going across the street there, so that works. I'm going to do the mailbox here with the people walking by. These bikes right here are for rent, but there's two things that stand out to me. The color blue of the advertisement, and they're all in a row here. So this is gonna be our next shot. I'm gonna get down and kind of line it up like that. Tap the focus, and there we go. I can also take a shot of this intersection here. This is the corner of Penn and 9th. I'm going to go to wide angle just to show the whole landscape. And we are going to wait for the car to pass and snap that photo. Another trick I want to show you too is a way to lock your focus and your exposures. So this applies for Android phones, not sure about iOS, but for example here, so what I want to do is use this tree here as a revealer. So what I'm going to do is tap where I want to focus. I'm going to tap again. It turns yellow. That means that the focus is locked. While it's locked, I can slide the bar left to dim it, right to brighten it. So that's your exposure. So I want to bring it a little bit darker, and I'm going to take that shot right there. There we go. The reason for locking your focus and exposure, that way if you were to move your phone, you don't have to redo it, and it's not going to automatically adjust for itself. It'll stay locked until you readjust it. All right, this building here, the Color Perfect printing, has a nice green look to it, green tile, different shades of green, and we're going to compose this in a way that we could capture it all. We're going to decide between wide angle. We'll try wide angle, and I'm going to try main and just back up a bit more to compose the shot. This way we could see just a little bit of the outskirts, so you could tell that the whole place is not green, just where we're looking. And that looks good right there. So this next shot here is going to be a near focus, but with something in the background. We do have the Eagle Food and Beer Hall sign, but in the background is the Highmark building. So what I want to do is line it up so that the Eagle here will be the main highlight. I'm going to focus on that, adjust the exposure, snap it. If I want to blur the background more, I'm going to go to my portrait mode, and again I'm going to adjust it like that, snap the photo. Sorry if you couldn't see it, I had to raise it up, but that is the finished photo that you see on the screen. Here's one of the many alleyways here, and you can see there's like a little bit of activity going down at the end of it, some smoke or steam coming out at the end. So we're going to kind of crop in on that just a little bit, adjust it, and snap that photo right there. Now down at the corner of 7th and Penn, and here is known as Magnolia Park, which is temporarily closed, but there's some snow cover and there's some magnolia trees here, which I believe those are what they're called, and they do have some petals on them. So we're going to see if we can capture this photo. Going to kind of find the right composure here. There we go. There's the snowy forefront, the tree in the background. If I want to capture the scene as a whole, I go to wide angle, have the sign there so people can see what it is and see the trees. Another close-up photo opportunity is the push buttons for the crosswalk, and I'll kind of show the direction it's pointing. We're going to tap on it to focus, adjust the exposure just a little bit, and there we go. Walk sign is on to cross Penn Avenue. We're now at Agnes R. Katz Plaza. I've been here before. This is where I found my first operating fountain when I was here in March of 2021. And the fountain is still flowing. It flows pretty much all year, and it looks different than I've seen it because of the ice formations. So first thing I want to do is capture a photo just showing the whole thing. I'm going to go to wide angle here, got the building behind it, kind of set the scene, and now I definitely want to capture some of these ice formations. So I'm going to come over here and see what would make for a unique photo? Again, it's all about perspective. So I'm trying to see what is going to be the best option here. So I think right now we could take a photo showing the way the ice is kind of curving, same way the fountain is. It's kind of following the water flow and the ice formed that way. So we'll be able to show the curvature of the ice. And I want to determine if I want to go wide angle or main camera here. And if I want to do portrait or landscape. Okay, so we want to get all of it here. We want to do landscape. I'm going to take two photos. I'm going to do main shot, main camera right there. Go to wide angle and snap that one too. Again, there could be more than one good photo, so that's why I always take more than one. I'm going to do one tall visual here, portrait mode, showing the fountain and the ice, like a big sculpture. There we go. This shot here, I'm going just for the ice formation sticking up. I'm going to tap to focus it, adjust the exposure, and bring that as a photo. All right, another opportunity has presented itself. So we have the fountain here, the sun behind it, which is going to make for a pretty cool light burst. So I'm going to line this up just about that. We've got the big bright light behind it. Bring it down so you guys can see it. Just got the fountain and the building in the background. There we go. So if you can't tell, wide angle, big picture shots are my favorite, but I do love the details as well. But the details, close-ups don't always work for every setting. But you almost can't go wrong when you show a big picture shot, as long as it is composed correctly. If you have, you know, things in the way, or it's tilted or crooked or something else, it may not work. Okay, on the side of this building here, we do have some type of art with the blue figure and the light streaks. So we're going to try to capture that. And I'm going to crop it as much as I can. Let's see, maybe we'll go portrait to kind of show the building behind it, but that's going to be the main focus. Adjust the exposure, so that's what I see, and I'm going to go for that shot right there. So right here is Heinz Hall, and it has on the side of the building this ascending staircase looking up to the top of the Heimwerk building. So it's almost like the stairway to heaven. In this case, it's the stairway up to Heimwerk. So I want to compose it so that I want to get the lamp out of here if I could. So it's just going to be the stairs climbing up to Heimwerk right there. There we go. O'Reilly Theater doorway here. Another opportunity. I'm gonna, let's see, we'll get really close. I'm gonna tap the focus right there. And if we want to do it in a wide angle, we could. Make it seem stretched out. You can also tap the focus right on the ball there. And that will be the main focus. Another unique opportunity here with the lattice work is you can use it kind of as a see-through. So you could use this as your forefront, your foreground, but then look through it. So even though there's nothing spectacular on the other side, we can still line it up and kind of peek through it there. Right here, which you maybe could see, is the side of this building that says Roosevelt, and I want to try to capture that. Nice blue sky behind. I'm going to duck down a little bit so I get the high mark out of the way, and there's Roosevelt. Something right here we could capture and do a color pop on is going to be the fire extinguisher. I'm going to go to portrait. You guys probably can't see it at the moment. I'm going to switch to color point, and I'm going to kind of compose this in a way so that get a nice look to it. I'm going to get that car out of the way. I'm going to do that, and we'll do the other side as well, because you don't know which one's going to look best. Just got to make sure you don't get the shadow there. And there we go, color point on the fire hydrant. All right, right in front of me here, we're on Penn Ave and 6th Avenue. And we have the high rises in the background. And that's gonna make for a really good big picture shot. So let me get back into this. I'm gonna do portrait just like this. Wait for the car to pass. There we go. Nah. Okay, we're gonna try this right here. Nice contrast with the sky in the background. And maybe we'll wait for those people to walk so it gets a little bit of an action sequence here. There we go. Directly across from me is the 7-Eleven. And we may be able to do an after color pop on that. I want to make sure I could get out here safely. So we're going to tap the focus, snap that photo, and I'll edit it afterward. And you see the color pop of 7-Eleven. Do wide angle. I'm going to back up a little bit here and snap that one right there. I have a great color pop option right here, the mailbox. I'm going to get down to compose this so that we're looking up at it, and I'm going to decide if I want to do main camera or not. I'm going to do main camera and pop that photo right there. Here's an off candid photo here. We've got these barriers. It says men working above. And I just thought that makes for a pretty neat little visual. Kind of sets the scene here, so we want to show what's going on. It's a work scene. And it says that there is men working. So there we go. All right, we got another fire hydrant here. So let's do a color pop on this one. It's a different color. Gonna get down nice and low. Gonna capture that right there. Gonna bring down the exposure just a little bit. There we go. All right, so I just came to EQT Plaza. I never heard of that. But the great thing is there's actually some statues here, which always make for some great photos. So we're going to show a couple different examples of what we could do here with just this pair of statues. So, you know, most people would just take the normal photo like that, which is nothing wrong with that. That actually looks pretty good right there. I'm going to snap that one. But then I want to give a perspective, like, you know, we're looking with her at this other person. So I'm gonna kind of frame it so we can see the side of her face looking at her right there. Could also come behind and get a shot of them looking at each other kind of gracefully almost. That one is really nice as well. So the background is exposed correctly. He is kind of silhouetted. There's the first photo. Now this one here is going to require the right composition. And what it is this gentleman looking at those two ladies over there. So I'm going to frame this up. Got a gentleman over there admiring the ladies as well. There we go. So that's another way to do it. And we can also just do a shot like, you know, he's on top of the world. He's a successful businessman. And that's with the wide angle shot, which I may crop in to take out the sides of the building. That's a pretty nice shot there as well. So just an example, you got some stationary items that allow you to get multiple different photos. And that's what I love. It just allows you to express your creativity and to think outside the box to see how you could see something differently than what others would see it. You know, I may have one more photo here with the bush, which I always like to do, where we are kind of secretly listening in on their conversation. So we're going to tap to focus on them and lock it in place. And there we go. That's another great photo. So this next scene here is calling out to me. Got the building on the corner. It's a pie shape. Buildings in the background. And I'm going to try to capture this after we get it clear in the traffic. There we go. Got people walking by. Nice action shot. Got the two green lights here. Try to do a color pop. Got someone doing a good deed. Now, right down here is a building I have showed in videos before. This is the Benedum Center. It's a theater, and it's simply an amazing one with the inside of it. But the outside ain't too shabby either. We're going to snap a photo or two of it. So instead of doing a straight on shot, we're going to get it from the angle here. So Benedum Center, we're going to lock it in, adjust the exposure, get that nice blue background sky. There we go. For this shot here, we got the red bus and the red lights on the building behind it. This is gonna make for a great color pop. Don't go yet. There we go. See, I got that. All right, now we got two red buses. It's gonna make for even a better photo. Two red buses and the red background. There we go.
So that I was out on the clock.
This shot stands out to me a little bit. We got a grouping of boxes here. We got the paper, two mailboxes, and another paper. So I just want to kind of give them their own little shot here. That looks pretty good. And if I wanted to, I could color pop if I chose to, but just like that, they're natural element. All right, another building standing out to me is right here by Strawberry Way and Liberty Avenue. Another triangle, pie-shaped building, and I'm going to try to capture this right here. I want to get the right angle, showing the curvature. Gentleman jaywalking right there. And then we'll get the gentleman getting on the bus. Another old movie theater here, the Harris Theater. Got the amazing marquee, blue and yellow, neon lighting. So we're gonna do a main camera like that. And then wide angle to kind of, even though it stretches it out, we're still able to kind of get a lot of it in frame here, looking up at the blue sky behind it. We could even do a nice head-on shot too, where it's kind of coming out at us. So another fun shot is reflection shots. We got a pane of glass here. It's kind of dirty, but it's dark on the inside, which means it's showing the outside more. So just to show, I mean, you guys can see in the video, it is glass, and snapping that, we're doing a reflection shot. So it's just bouncing off, showing what's across the street. All right, we got another tree here, and I'm gonna take another up trunk shot. So I'm gonna be looking at the trees, reaching all the way to the tops of the buildings, so to speak. Okay, we're now at 7th Avenue. We're now at 7th and Liberty. We're now at 7th and Liberty across the street. It is a really colorful mural. And we're going to snap that, wait for the cars to pass. Nice and bright and vibrant and colorful. And I want to make sure that's the main focus. I'm not too worried about the background or the foreground. I want that to be the main attraction. Right here we have a really colorful, bright green window cleaning car, and it's going to make for a nice color pop. Oh, here we go. Opportunity presents itself. Stop right there for me. There we go. Oh boy. Got an accident here. I'm gonna try to capture this really quick. That bus T-boned that car. Pretty certain that car ran the red light. Bus drivers are very responsible, and there's the consequences of it. I gotta say, super fast response time. I saw that bus coming too. I was like, oh, a green bus, but it went ahead of me, but didn't get very far.
Yes, sir.
They even got them blocked off the end of the street down there. 2 snow cars could come. Hopefully no one was hurt. Looks like the driver's okay. Well, what a way to end the video. I missed that by about 30 seconds to a minute, and I almost probably would have had that on camera. I saw that green bus going by. I was going to get a picture of it, but he was going too far ahead of me, and I didn't hear the impact, but I saw the bus stopped in the middle of the intersection, and I saw the people watching, police cars coming, and it turned into quite the scene here. Able to get a few photos of it as well, but also was able to be respectful at the same time, not to interfere with what was going on. But with that being said, you never know what could happen at any given time, especially in a big city here like Pittsburgh. You know, the scene is still happening. Thankfully, everyone is safe. I heard there's no injuries other than just getting a little shooken up. Pretty sure the driver of the car was at fault for running a red light. The bus drivers are very vigilant of obeying the law and driving safely. With that being said though, being my first photo tour walk, I had a great time. I got a lot of great photos, share some tips with you. And if you'd like to see me do it again in the future, whether in another city, maybe a small town, even in the woods, do one of 2 things. When you leave your comment, if you want to comment on the video, leave a blue heart or just type the word yes. Yes or a blue heart will tell me that you want to see me do another photo tour and that you had fun. Also, if you did enjoy this video, even the slightest bit, please give one of these. It means a lot to me as well. With that being said, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you real soon in the next video.